And just like that, Steph Wood, we are live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live. And listen, everybody, before I bring on our VIP guest tonight, I'm going to share this out so people can get into the broadcast. So, Steph, you do the same.
Yes.
I'm going to share it out to my entrepreneurial groups. And
this
we are
is
live.
really high tech, Doc.
Hey, look, I had to step my game up, sis.
I don't even know what to do. Like, somebody help me. I need a
You
tech
gonna
person.
be, hey sis, you gonna rock it tonight.
Oh my goodness.
And this is a special, and I thank you for your flexibility because I have to go to Atlanta to start the conference. So normally we're gonna do this on Thursday.
Yeah, Doc. So I send them this link you sent me.
Oh, just share it from your Facebook page.
Same link, right?
Yeah, just go to your Facebook page and share it out. Hey, Lisa Harwell.
Oh, I'm with it. I got you.
Yeah. That's just for you, that link. Hey, they matriculate me in.
Oh my goodness. Wow, Doc. You are so, man, you got it.
Well, listen, Jackie Mims is in the building. So let's get it going. Listen, welcome everybody. You know, this is a special broadcast for a good friend of mine, but let's get some PSAs out tonight. And Lisa Harwell, she's got some great things to share with tonight, and she needs some more coverage. So I told her she could be on your show. All right, everybody. Let's see. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And listen, Steph Wood, before we do our intro, tell them what we got here. What we got here.
Okay, salud. So Italian red, always red.
Always red.
Salute to you, and salute to anyone watching. It's really a pleasure to be on.
Oh, they're matriculating in. Let me tell you, before we get started, let me give out the shout out. Give me some likes, give me some hearts. Lisa Harwell, how you doing? Steph Wood, R. Wesley Webb, Melanie Summers. Woo, Melody. How you doing, my sister? Y'all give us some likes, give us some hearts. We're gonna get right to it. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for joining tonight. It's not my regularly scheduled program. It's Thursday, but since I'll be traveling to Atlanta on Thursday, I had to get it in. So I want to thank our VIP guest tonight, Steph Wood, for being very hospitable and also flexible. All right, everybody.
It's my pleasure. You're the man.
And you are a woman of God. We might get a gospel song out of you tonight. No. I just want people to know that the event in Atlanta is private. So if you want to come due to COVID restrictions, just inbox me. We'll get you the address. It's a 3-day event. Deposit your dreams into success. You can get some of these books back here. And we're going to talk about my new book in Atlanta, because tonight is all about Steph Wood. So inbox me and you can make donations, and we really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to Courtney Lee Smith and everybody that can join virtually. And I'm excited. All right. So tonight I have a friend of mine that has traveled the world. She's got this amazing daughter that's, you know, a sports athlete. I've been following Steph Wood around the country. So Steph Wood, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I haven't been on your show. First of all, I haven't even been on this show. So let me first congratulate you, because it's so dope. I check it out all the time. And then also congratulate you on your book, because I kind of feel like you got this whole series going on, and I'm a fan. So thank you for having me.
Amen. And you know what? Someone else did tell me that. It's like a series. I'm like, well, okay. You know, we got volume 1, volume 2 coming out. But thank you. And I'm a big fan of yours. So let's get right to it. Yes, for those who may not know who Steph Wood is, tell us a little bit about who you are personally and professionally.
Well, personally, you know, there is really only professionally. I know, right? Because I'm an entrepreneur and I have been working hard to be that for a really long time. So to be honest, when people say, who is Steph personally, I guess I'm an advocate for children. I love kids. I'm an advocate for people who are trying to climb up mountains, you know, get out of valleys. I'm passionate about helping others. So personally, I'm someone who gets up every day and gets after it. And that doesn't matter what I'm doing. Like, it could be waiting tables. It could be cleaning houses. It could be speaking at a conference. It could be interviewing a really great guest on my podcast. It could be anything, but I'm just that guy who is just trying to succeed at every cost, like at all costs, personally. And then, you know, professionally, I'm a brand manager, and I've been doing that for quite a long time. And that has brought me a lot of joy and a lot of fulfillment. And I give talks. and I have a podcast, and I guess I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Well, I love that. I can't wait to be on your podcast. So just let me know and I will be there. Let's get into the brand manager. You have done some great things. You do graphic designs. You help people with websites. You're a great consultant. I know a lot of people will need your service. So tell us a little bit about your new branding company. What's your new initiative all about there, Steph?
Thanks for the question, Doc. You are so on point. Like, geez, man. Like, I'm afraid to have you on my show because you're too good at this. But thank you. That's a great question. My new brand is what'sinyourjuice.com. And it really comes from kind of realizing not so long ago that I had the juice. And like, you go through things in your life and you have ups, downs, mountains, valleys, and I talk a lot about those in our talks, but you go through these pieces and you're struggling through, and we're all struggling, we're all trying to get there. And someone very close to me said not too long ago, Steph, you got the juice, right? And I'm like, I look at him like, and he's like, yeah, I don't know why you act like you don't. And it just blew my mind. And, COVID took everything by surprise. So when businesses started shutting down and people I had worked with for years were slowing down and being precautionary as they should be, I was the one struggling to figure out what I needed to do. And God really pushed what's in your juice. And through the help of some really terrific people, mentors, and folks that really pushed me into that, what's in your juice is now brand consulting. I have the Live Your Gifts curriculum out, and I'm sorry to run on and on, but I'm super passionate about it. So.
Absolutely, Steph. That's amazing stuff. I've been following you when you were, I want to say North Carolina. I think you were down in Carolina. Then I thought we were going to do this amazing work together, which we still will one day. And went to Norfolk, Virginia area, my home, well, not my hometown, but I spent 10 years of active duty service there in the Tidewater area. And so, as I go around the country to be this brand ambassador, I put my, we have some similarities. You see that brand ambassador and you're the brand manager. So we have some correlation there. It takes a lot when you think about building a brand or branding someone else, branding yourself. I remember when I first started out in 2012, a really nice entrepreneur, she designed my logo and she wanted to brand me for $5,000. Steph, I didn't have the 5,000. So I was forced to learn branding on my own, marketing, branding, and advertising. And I tell my entrepreneur friends that write books, there's a whole lot of money out there that you can pay someone when you can take some classes or just School of Hard Knocks like me and you and learn it along the way so you don't have to pay those extra bills.
You said an entire mouthful there because I came into this whole branding thing and business management thing by complete mistake. Years ago, I met a guy named Gannon Baker, and I was just a young basketball coach. I was 25 when we met. He was the skill development clinician that was rising up, and he had been working with guys, and he was ready to break into that NBA scene. And I was just this kid, and I loved the game and I loved to coach, but he kind of guided me into that space. And because I seem, and honestly, I say this all the time, I was the only girl, but I was also the only one that was willing to do the thing that nobody else wanted to do to learn the business, and he pushed me into that business management and brand management. And now we get to work together again in my upcoming conference. And I am like blown away. But when you say you kind of got into it by mistake, first of all, there are no mistakes because we serve a God that takes all of our stuff,
amen,
all of our gifts and talents, and he makes a juice.
Absolutely. I've been seeing, and Steph, we got to get to it. God is so good, and he makes no mistakes to keep us where we need to be, keep us in our lane, God-given talent. I've been seeing all these posts of all these coaches. Tell us about this upcoming conference that you got going on, Steph.
Yeah, when I started with What's in Your Juice, I definitely wanted to get back to basketball. Basketball was life before 2009-ish. And you know, I made a lot of choices with regard to basketball because my daughter was coming up as a softball player, and, you know, I was a single parent. I also had a huge commitment to the community that I lived in, and really to people that I loved and adored. And I felt very close to those projects. So I stepped away from the game for a little while. And then most recently, I reached out to my production company that developed my skill development videos that are like years old. This is before I figured out how to take care of my body and how to care about myself beyond food, beyond laziness, all those things, right? And they produced it then. Well, I reached back out to them and I'm like, hey, Tom, this is Championship Productions. I'm like, you guys feel like doing a conference? And they were like, sure. So now I have 20 of the best coaches in the country and in the world presenting on this conference, and I'm blown away.
So what days are the conference, and is it virtual or is it a little bit virtual and in person? Give us the logistics.
Yes, all virtual. It's produced by Championship Productions, so check them out at championshipproductions.com, and they are going to produce it virtually April 12th through the 16th. We'll have 4 speakers each night. Some of the speakers are Hall of Fame Bob Hurley Sr. Like, come on, Hall of Famer, Doc, really? We've got Coach Tatalovich, who is an international scout for the New York Knicks. We have Gannon Baker, who again is just a renowned like skill guy, has worked with greats such as
I saw your lineup.
Stoudemire.
I saw your lineup, Steph. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm blessed. And they all said yes, you know, and the fact that they said yes is unreal. And I get to come back to the game like this is beyond anything I could imagine.
You know, when you put together a conference, and I've put together a few myself, you know, when you're reaching for some speakers that you don't think you can get and they say yes, it's a great feeling, right?
Like, yeah, because here's the thing, you know, Doc, I keep saying everybody, like, I have friends of mine, they're like, Steph, why aren't you a millionaire? Right? And I'm like, well, that wasn't my role for these years, right? Up until these days, up until these months, it's really been about others. And I have relished in that. That brought me a lot of fulfillment, right? A lot of good things came from that. But COVID, God, definitely God's way and the way that he, you know, put things in place. And then COVID really forced me to go out here and do this thing. And I can't even tell you the response that has happened, and these coaches saying yes to me. I'm like, I'm blown about the whole thing. Like every day, we just got one of the assistants of the Pistons today.
Wow.
We have Travis Steele from Xavier, Ryan Looney, Idaho State. I mean, Kermit Davis, Ole Miss. I mean, it's unreal. Like, and I get to talk to these guys, and yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I can see the passion in you. You have to be passionate about what you do, what you love. One of the things I've known about you, Steph, you would purchase tickets to come to the events in the DMV and you couldn't make it. And I know we're destined to do something together. I want you to post everything and tag me so I can get my network of people to listen in. You may need some more speakers, may not, but I know you might need some more sponsors. So
definitely need some sponsors.
I'm going to have you address that momentarily, but I want to back up because we're still here in the COVID-19 crisis. Yeah. Last week I was vaccinated. My wife was vaccinated. So we're getting better. But tell us a little bit what you've been up to. I'm pretty sure a lot of this. Tell us what you've been up to during COVID. What are some adverse things that you've had to overcome during the COVID-19 era?
Yeah, I mean, you know, let me first say that my daughter and we had a tough 2020 period. You know, she suffered an ACL tear, and it's not news. Everyone knows it. And she's struggling to come back from that. You know, we had family members, people that are close to us, have COVID, be affected by COVID. I had a very, very close friend of mine, have 2 very close friends of mine, you know, suffer with pulmonary embolisms because of COVID. I lost my firm because of COVID. And, you know, I say that because I wasn't supposed to lose any business. You know, I'm not a person that loses a business. I'm not a person that can't keep her business open. But when businesses aren't working and you manage businesses, you're getting cut soon. And it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. But that adversity kind of forced me to look at myself and be like, okay, Steph, it's your time. It's your turn. And I had a lot of people in my corner pushing me like, get out. It's your time, your turn. Do those resources for you. Make it about what you want. And I just took the opportunity of adversity. That's it. And here I am.
Well, look, kudos to you. I got to do a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Sharon J. Bullock. She's listening in from Florida. So Sharon, connect with Steph Wood. Everybody, serious inquiries only. Send Steph Wood a friend request. She's an amazing woman of God, entrepreneur. I like to call her philanthropist. She's a brand manager, does a lot of great things when it comes down to coaching and business consulting that I know a lot of my clients need. I don't necessarily have the time to kind of get them where we're at, Steph, because I got so many clients. And the thing about it, I'd rather be efficient with the 5 I have and have 20 and 15 aren't getting all my time.
Well,
and so,
man, you said a mouthful right there, Doc.
and so I want you to let these people know, how can you help these small business owners? A lot of them don't have websites. They don't have branding. Tell us how your consulting business can help them grow and get to the next level.
Well, yeah, Doc, and I appreciate that. And that's a good question, because we are, we're hustlers, we're entrepreneurs, we're go-getters, we're people that don't conform. We're people that are peculiar, kind of not meant to conform. So you are going to be kind of called to figure it out, and the first thing I adopted was that I was never going to say no. That's the first mindset as an entrepreneur I adopted, was that it was always yes. And I said that yes with the confidence, and I said it with a firm yes. Steph, can you do such and such? Yes. Can you do such and such? Yes. And then I would just figure it out. God's grace and anointing and all those things come into play when you submit to something that's bigger than yourself. And then I would say, get in touch with me at what'sinyourjuice.com and get the Live Your Gifts curriculum course. And that course is the same process by which I built all those companies and initiatives and projects and marketing campaigns and everything. And it takes you from discovery all the way to delivery. And it's only a couple $100. With that, you can sign up for extra coaching and you can kind of take it to the next level.
Well, you know what? We only have a few more minutes left, but we got to just ask you a few more questions about the conference, and then we'll end the broadcast and this amazing episode with your contact information.
Thank you.
How did the Lord come to you and have you do this big conference? I mean, it's like Oprah Winfrey's doing this conference. I mean, I'm seeing Hall of Famers, celebrity coaches. I mean, I'm in awe of the lineup. How did you, how we have like something in our gut, something in our spirit that says we need to do this. We have to pray about things to make sure it's in alignment with God for him to say it's okay for us to do it. So how did this come into fruition, this thought in this conference? How did you, what you're following your dreams to do?
Well, I knew that God was up to something. A mentor of mine told me years ago that, Steph, when God is up to something because it's a lot at once. That there is a chaotic moment. It feels like you're losing everywhere you turn. Everything's kind of topsy-turvy. So I knew that God was up to something with that. And then it was people in my life pushing me to find out what Steph was passionate about and kind of getting back to my roots and getting back to where I was, because I had spent years as a Nike skill development coach working with Gannon Baker. I traveled to Canada. I worked with Maya Moore. I worked with Skylar Diggins. I had the pleasure of running camp with Ivory Latta. I had the pleasure of being in the presence of Kobe Bryant, although I couldn't even get to him. I saw Vince Carter from across the room. I mean, these are people that I looked at and I was like, wow, right? And those were my roots. And it was when I was the most myself. So kind of getting back to that is what pushed me. But I had already prayed for that. I had to wait for God's timing, and I had to be faithful, and I had to figure out how to make it work and get past my own fears.
Absolutely. And I always say this to everybody they know: fear, false evidence of being real. And we have to get past those fears. Do like Steve Harvey said, jump off the cliff. To be comfortable is not normal. When we're uncomfortable, that's when things happen. So, Steph, I want to congratulate you for all your success. Tell us how we can get involved in the conference, information, sponsorship, and also leave us with your contact information.
Yeah, thanks for asking that. You're such a pro, and I am so appreciative of you having me back on. And we do need to link up, maybe for my Inspire conference, because I feel like you might need to speak on that one, Doc.
You know what? I just wanted you to know I've got the series of books. I do a lot of hosting, but you know, shout out to the man above. I can roll into being a speaker if I need to.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy,
Yes.
Doc. And then you just bring your book, and then we can tie it all in and make a deal. I'm good with it. But to get more information,
Steph, I'll be just like John
conference,
Thompson. May he rest in peace, with the towel on the shoulder, bringing it in.
I love it. That's perfect. But you can get more like right now, the thing you want to do is join the Facebook group, Steph Wood Hoops Coaches Conference. You want to do that immediately, because only people in that group and a certain select few get a chance to have an early bird pricing at $99. This is a 20+ session conference. Not only that, but if you buy it, you don't have to worry about watching it live. You'll have days after it's over to watch it. So join the Facebook group at Steph Wood Hoops Coaches Conference, and then just peep that group every so often. Tomorrow we're coming out with the registration information. Sponsorship packages are at $2,000 a pop. We also have some smaller session sponsors at $500. And I just want you to come be a part of the movement, because I'm under contract with Championship Productions. So let's get after it.
Steph Wood, that's amazing. You've been blessed by the best and highly favored.
Amen.
What's a website? Yeah, what's a website and some contact information you can leave our listening audience?
Yeah, Doc, you can catch me at what'sinyourjuice.com. I also have a couple Facebook groups, Read with Steph Wood and Workout with Steph Wood. And for our young folks, I am viral on TikTok at What's Good Steph Wood. You can also find me on Instagram there as well. Let's connect and let's do some stuff.
Absolutely. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we have been chopping it up today with Steph Wood. She's amazing. You know, we're going to do a little something like this. We're going to do a little something like this.
A little something, something.
And Steph, I want to thank you for all the information, excuse me, all the information that you have given us tonight. I want to shout out to our listening audience tonight. You've been amazing. You've tuned in around the country. You've given us likes. You've given us hearts. Steph Wood has given us some great golden nuggets tonight. So round of applause for Steph Wood, who has blessed us tonight. You know how we do it. We got to do it like that. So you all have a wonderful night, great evening. Steph, you have a wonderful night. You've been blessed to be a blessing. You've blessed me and my family. I can remember our talks back in the day, along with your, you know, we got to get back connected. I really appreciate you.
We never got unconnected.
We took a little pause, right? We took a little pause.
Hey,
and
pause is good, because I was watching you.
Amen. Well, listen, thank you, everybody. Next time y'all see my face up here, I will be in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been praying for the past 48 hours for traveling mercies for me and my son and my bonus son that's going to be traveling down. Traveling mercies to all of the mastermind members that are coming from around the country. God bless you all in advance. Steph Wood, God bless you. Thank you so much for joining the show. We'll have you back, and I'll follow with you again tomorrow.
Please,
okay?
let's do. And I'm going to be in Columbus, Georgia this weekend doing some training. So
let's I don't know how.
We need to
we gotta listen. I will call you tomorrow, my sister. Okay.
Please do.
God bless you, everybody. Good night. Thank you for joining.
Take care.